parents, welcome to Parenting Diaries with Preeti. This video is going to be very special for all you young parents because it has lots of activities suggested for your kids. In my last video, I had spoken about importance of fine motor muscles and why these muscles are so very important for our kids to undertake their daily tasks and also for their academic performance in later years, be it writing, reading or mathematics. Now we all know if we need to build any muscle, we have to exercise it regularly. And with this in mind, I'm proposing a weekly schedule of activities for you guys. So we'll have 4 videos corresponding to 4 weeks of the month. So this video is going to be week 1 video. Once you're done watching the week 4 video, you can again come back to this video and undertake the activities as per this particular week, and so on and so forth. The cycle can just keep on going and you can keep on exercising on the fine motor muscle of your child. Now the best part about all these activities, about 40 plus activities that I'll be suggesting in the next 4 videos, are the resources that we'll be using for these activities. They are all resources that you find easily around in your house. Guys, there is no need to spend so much on these expensive kits that are available out there. I mean, I just scrolled through the internet and I was amazed to see the kind of pricing these activity kits have. Some is like 2,000, 2,500, 3,000. It's amazing. You just don't need to spend so much. You just need to know the kind of muscle your child needs to exercise and then look for stuff around to be used. And we're going to help you by suggesting some activities with these things that are available with us around. And you can use them over and over again as many times as possible. So let's get going with week 1 video, and I hope you guys like it. And before we start the video, subscribe to the channel. There are many more interesting videos coming your way. In week 1, we have 10 activities outlined for you. On day 1, the resource that we are using is something that is easily available in every household, which is just a plain sheet of newspaper. Now day 1, the 2 activities that I'm suggesting, one is your newspaper scrunch and another is your newspaper fill the jar activity. Now newspaper scrunch, you need to look very carefully what I'm expecting you to guide your child as. So this is how you're supposed to lay the newspaper on the table and let the child rest the wrist on the table and the other hand goes at the back. And now just simply ask your child to scrunch the newspaper like this. Just scrunch the newspaper like this. Scrunch the newspaper like this. So you can open it and he can do the scrunch again as many times as you want. Please remember not to move the wrist from the table. Now, if your child finds doing the scrunching activity difficult with a newspaper, what you could do is take tissue. Lay it like this because tissue is soft and the child might find it relatively easy. And now just scrunch. If you'll see, this is how my fingers are moving. It's perfect exercise for your fingers. This is how it goes. Okay, so this is day 1 activity. Now the second activity of the day is filling the jar with the newspaper. Now this is a jar that is commonly available in all the households. Just take this jar and take loads and loads of newspaper. Now give this newspaper to your child and ask the child to use their little hands to shove this entire newspaper in the jar. So they really will be pushing the newspaper in, using their tiny hands to do it. So there it goes. You can use the tissue paper as well. Just ask the child to shove it inside. You could take more newspaper. And then ask the child to just shove it in. Just keep on getting more and more newspaper till the time your child's done filling the jar. So a lot of pushing, a lot of movement of fingers, a lot of noise, which kids really love. So these are the 2 activities of day 1. Now day 2, again, the newspaper comes into play. Take the newspaper like this and now ask the child to tear it. Now in this, I would want you to focus on two things. Number one, ask the child to hold the newspaper like this with the thumb and the pointer finger. So the moment you ask the child to tear the newspaper, he might just go around pulling it, which is also fine if the child is really young. But so if your child's around 3 years, you should tell your child to tear it like this. You'll probably have to guide the child in tearing the newspaper like this. And then they can keep on doing the half. Now the younger ones can just go around tearing it the way they want and whatever way they want to use their hands. But 3 years, 3.5 years, just ask them to tear it like this slowly. There's no rush. They need to understand the control of the fingers and the amount of pressure they are required to put on the newspaper while tearing it. So this is an activity that you should ask your child not to do in a rush. There is a lot of time. Just keep tearing it. Now, so one variation of this activity, if your child is able to tear it in the middle with great ease, is that you can ask your child to cut strips now, thin strips, which would require your child to have greater control and eye-hand coordination. So cutting of these strips can be aimed at. So it starts from general tearing of the paper to using the grip to tearing it in the middle, and then probably graduating it to tearing the paper like this. Now this is the activity for day 2. Now the other activity for day 2 that I'm suggesting is that of newspaper cutting. Now cutting is going to be an activity that we are going to do very regularly, and we are going to guide the child for use of scissor. Now you have child safe scissors available in the market. Please go ahead and buy and keep it for good, because these scissors come for about ₹50, and we would be using cutting activity with different media. Now this activity really strengthens the finger muscles and eye-hand coordination and concentration of the child. So we're going to start off with something very simple, which is newspaper. One variation of this activity is that your child can just go around cutting the newspaper as and how they want, probably in thin strips or whatever way the child is comfortable in. There are many children who will find it difficult even to grip the scissor in the beginning, so they could probably concentrate on gripping the scissor and cutting the newspaper the way they want. Once your child gets good grip of the scissor and has done enough of cutting here and there, then you could specifically ask the child to cut shapes from the newspaper. Now if you'll see, there are squares drawn here, so you can ask the child to cut the squares. Or probably you could also make it a literacy activity by asking the child to cut certain letters from the newspaper. So older kids like 3.5, 4 years can easily do this activity, and they enjoy it as well, and it becomes a literacy activity in its own self. You can probably ask them to cut vowels and consonants and so on and so forth. Now cutting is a very important activity in which you will have to initially guide your child. Please remember to get a child safe scissor from the market. So day 3 activity, we are using a medium which is again easily available in any of the Indian households, which is a glass of rice. And we're going to do some pouring activity. So we take another glass and we take a funnel. I have taken here breakable glasses, but you could easily take plastic or disposable glasses for this activity. So what the child's supposed to do is they're supposed to take the rice and pour it in the other glass using the funnel. And the rice is something that children find very interesting. Kids in our school used to love it. Now the challenge that you have to put across to the child is that they do not have to drop any of that on the table while doing this pouring activity. If the child has good control on this activity, then I would suggest that you remove the funnel and let the child pour from one glass to another very easily. We can do this activity with water also, but it's just that with rice it becomes less and less messier. And there it goes. I'm able to do it easily, but with young kids sometimes it turns out to be quite a challenge to pour one glass of rice into another without spilling any of the grains. Next activity on day 3 that I'm suggesting is rice tray play. Now rice is a very nice sensory medium Now, which is excellent for kids to maneuver around. So what I would suggest is that you take rice and you put it in a plate like this. And now what you could do is that you could ask the child to make horizontal lines in it, vertical lines in it, probably make a smiling face in it. Now what you could also do is that you could probably take some rajma beans and hide it and then ask the child to look around for these beans. So this way the child would maneuver around and try and pick up those rajma beans from the plate of rice. So this way they just pick up and use this grip of theirs to pick up these rajma beans. Just get them to play around with the rice as much as possible. You could probably hide a couple of candies in there. You could probably take much more rice than I have taken here and probably get them to look for these candies in the rice tray. Now this is something that we do on day 3. Now on day 4, another set of activities with rice. Now this day we begin with the rice scooping activity. We take rice in a bowl and then we have an empty glass and we take a large spoon and we ask the child to scoop the rice from this bowl into the glass. Now again, the deal is that they do not have to drop the grains. And the child can just keep on trying. Now to increase the level of difficulty, you can either increase the distance between the bowl and the glass, and you could either reduce the size of the spoon as well. That is to increase the level of difficulty. You can even use smaller and smaller spoon if you find that your child is able to scoop the rice very easily. Excellent exercise for eye-hand coordination. And the very fact that your child is scooping and putting the rice also acts on the hand muscles and the wrist movement of the child. Now the second activity on day 4 that I am suggesting again involves rice, and we have brought rajma into play again. Now on day 3 I had suggested that a couple of these rajmas can be hidden in the rice tray and the child can look for it. But today what I would ask you to do is just sprinkle some of these rajmas there in the rice tray, and now ask the child to take a clothespin. Now this is a clothespin, again easily available at any home. Now take this clothespin and ask the child to scoop the rajma out of the tray. Excellent exercise for these muscles and excellent for eye-hand coordination as well. So this way they can just empty the entire tray of all the rajmas that are there. If you want to increase the difficulty level, then you can just let the clothespin be and take a tweezer. I'm sure all the moms out there would have this tweezer again at home, and ask the child to use the tweezer to pick the rajma from the tray and put it again in the bowl. So this is a difficulty variation of this particular activity. Now another activity that I'm suggesting with rajma is that of letter play. Now in letter play, what I'm suggesting you to do is that you should write a letter in the rice, or get the child to write a letter in the rice like this, and now have the child pick rajma and put along the shape of letter A. Now this activity of picking up rajma and putting along the shape of A or the lines of A does a whole lot of good for them. It's interesting for them because they see something being created in front of their eyes which is different, and at the same time it's exercising their muscles. But please remember, the idea of this activity is that they should pick up as much of rajma from here and put it all along, rather than reinforcing the shape of A. Even if they get the shape wrong a little bit, that's okay. The idea is that they should pick up the rajma from here and put it as per the line that they have made for the letter themselves. So you can start with A, B, you can do shapes, you can do so many other things with this kind of a play between rajma and rice. Now for day 5, we move our medium to something that's very fresh and smells very nice. These are some wonderful coriander leaves, which again are available in any Indian kitchen household. So you take these leaves, wash them properly and put them in front of your child, and then something very simple and interesting can be asked for the child to do. Pick up each strand of this particular veggie and just keep picking the leaves. This is going to be very interesting for them, and it does exercise the muscles as and how we want. And if your child does this plucking very well, this could come in pretty handy for a couple of mummies out there, right? So you could do it with coriander leaves, you could do it with methi leaves, you could do it with so many other leaves that are available in our kitchen. Now the next activity, which is the last activity of this week, is mashing potato. Now this is also something that's very interesting. You need to take a boiled potato, put it on a plate, take a plastic fork and ask your child to exert the pressure and mash it. Just mash it like this. So when the child's mashing the potato like this, a lot of muscles are getting exerted, eye-hand coordination, and again this activity is so interesting that children really keep on doing it. It was a big hit in our school as well. Now if the child's older, he'll be able to hold the fork properly and mash it. If the child's younger, you can just get their hands into play and let them get all messy and mash the potato just like this. So it's going to be a potato that's mashed by them, and you can ask them if they would want an aloo ka parantha made out of this mashed potato. This is all for now. So this was your week 1 activities, about 10 of them, all being done using resources easily available at home. There are 30 more activities coming your way in my next 3 videos. So subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends. I'm sure it's going to be very, very beneficial for all of you. This is all for now. Take care and bye-bye.